Let's talk about move in and move out cleaning services. So, as you guessed, this is when the customer is either moving into the home, they want the place cleaned thoroughly top to bottom before they move all of their stuff in, or they're moving out and they're pulling all their stuff out of the home and they need to get it cleaned either by requirement or just because they're nice and they want to clean it. Maybe they were required by their landlord or property management company to clean it professionally, to have it professionally cleaned before they move out, or else they're going to get hit with a cleaning fee. Or that it's part of the sale agreement. If they're selling a home, they have agreed to hire a professional cleaning company to come in and do a move out cleaning service before the new homeowner moves in. Sometimes, again, like I said, it's just people being nice and they want to give the next person a clean, fresh start. So we do move in, move out cleanings for homes like this one and for apartment complexes. All right, so let's get started. Move in and move out cleaning services are definitely the most comprehensive cleaning service that we do, meaning that unlike a deep clean, there are a few items that we're going to take care of on a move in or move out clean that we wouldn't on a deep clean. So it's our highest ticket service, and for a reason. We're going to essentially clean this place from top to bottom, making it ready, move in, ready for the next homeowner or the next tenant. So let's talk about some of the differentiating factors between a deep clean and a move in or move out clean. I'm just going to refer to it as a move out for the rest of this video because most of what we do are move outs, but we do get a bunch of move ins sprinkled out here and there. So let's start with the kitchen as we did in the other videos. Here you see we have an oven. Unless they pay for it as an extra on a deep clean, then we are going to clean an oven standard on every move out clean. Some of these stovetops also lift up, especially if they have like not the electric ones like this, but if they have the grates, not the flat top, but they have the grates here, we pull out the grates and then the trays. And then the easy way to get under that is most of them will release and this top lifts up, allowing you to clean underneath the top very easily. And we're going to do that on a move out clean. Again, I mentioned the inside of the oven, that's going to get cleaned. And even this bottom oven tray right here, the storage tray, we're going to pull that out, vacuum and clean. We're going to pull it out completely, not just all the way on the track, but we're going to remove it from the track, clean that separately, and then underneath is typically a bunch of debris over time that has fallen down in there somehow. You'll find food, dried up pieces of food, dust bunnies, hair if there are pets in the house. It just gets pretty gnarly under there, and so this is a great time for us to clean that. All right, and before I move on with the rest of the kitchen, I want to just mention before I forget that we like to spray the oven cleaner, the Easy Off that we use, right in the beginning so that it can sit for an hour to an hour and 15 minutes while we're cleaning the rest of the kitchen. All right, so another differentiating factor between a deep clean and a move out clean, let me just back up here a little bit, turn back around so we can get a full view of this fridge, is the refrigerator. So what I like to do is I like to first come into the kitchen and make sure that the fridge is empty. This is a move out, so everything in the home should be empty. There should be no items in these cabinets. There should be no items in the fridge or freezer. All right? All of this should be empty. Bar stools like this are fine. In fact, this is a great example of what it's going to look like for a move out clean. Let's see. So there is furniture here. Most of the times this is going to be gone. Nothing on the walls, no furniture, no little decorational items like this. Most of the time, it's just making it completely empty. So it won't look exactly like this, but pretty close. Nothing on the countertops like this here. All of this will be empty on a move out clean. But let's go back to this fridge for a second. I like to unhook the power. So if it's easy for you to reach the outlet in the cord, you can go ahead and just unplug it. However, in many cases, it's not really reachable. So if I go over here, you'll see you can't really get back there behind the fridge to where the cord is in the outlet. And that's by design. You don't want to have to see the fridge outlet. That would just be kind of ugly. So the way that we can unhook the power here is the power box. So the breaker box. It's a box full of breakers, switches, where if you find it, sometimes it's in a utility room, sometimes it's in the garage. You'll just have to find it. It's like a gray panel, and you can typically find which one is the refrigerator. Some of them, they just say like kitchen or kitchen outlets or range or something like that. You may have to flip a few of them before you find out which one shuts off the fridge and freezer. But if you do it that way, it makes it pretty easy because the freezer will thaw out, making it very simple for you to get in there and clean and not have to worry about your cleaning spray, your all-purpose spray, freezing up on you. It's not required to do it that way, but I kind of like doing it that way. It's really up to you. But if you do shut that off, make sure that before you leave that you turn it back on so that refrigerator turns back on and starts cooling down again. Okay, inside oven, inside fridge. Let's talk about inside cabinets. So again, if they pay extra on a deep clean, we will remove the items from the cabinets, clean inside, and then replace those items. But on a move out, it should be empty. So what you're going to want to do is clean all of them out. Sometimes there's a lot of like food debris from like spices and whatnot in there. So we like to vacuum them out first if they need it. All right, so now that you know a few differentiating items, let's go ahead and just do a basic walkthrough on this kitchen. And let me tell you exactly how I would go about cleaning this kitchen on a move out. So we just enter the space. We're going to put our caddy down next to the sink. And then we're going to start out with our dusting pass. So we're going to take our extendable pole duster and we're going to get up high everywhere. We're going to walk all the way around, starting right over here and moving our way around top to bottom. This zoomed in really, really close. I apologize, but we're not going to forget about the recessed lighting here. We're going to put our duster up in there to get any cobwebs and dust that has accumulated up there. We're going to get on top of the fridge. If you've cleaned fridges, you'll know that on top is pretty gnarly. There's not only just dust, but it's like it needs to be hand wiped. But we're going to dust it, and then we're going to continue our way to the bottom. You can't really see it right here, but we're going to make sure that we get baseboards and any horizontal surfaces down low. Moving around, again, just basically working our way from top to bottom, getting all horizontal surfaces that dust might accumulate, dust and cobwebs. You'll find cobwebs up in the corners a lot of times. You need to make sure that we get those too. Again, this move out clean is our most comprehensive cleaning service. We are going to clean this place top to bottom. All right, do a thorough dusting from top to bottom here. And once I do my dusting all around, and in fact, I'm not going to forget about the island here. These horizontal surfaces, you can see here on this nice wood trim, will hold dust. Make sure you get those. And then the bar stools. Oftentimes these will be left behind because they are a part of the kitchen. Sometimes no, but sometimes yes. If they are, go ahead and dust them. You see the dust will accumulate down here by these rings. We're not going to forget those. All right, after my dusting pass is done, I'm then going to start pre-treating stuff. In fact, I could do this before I started dusting, right? So what needs pre-treated? Oftentimes the microwave inside, if it's really bad, that needs to be pre-treated. Go ahead and spray on your degreaser or your all-purpose spray to let that kind of sit. And the oven. As I mentioned towards the beginning of this video, this right here is going to take some time. When you spray off your oven cleaner, usually like Easy Off, for example, it needs to sit for a minimum of 45 minutes, preferably over an hour. And so you want to spray that on now so that it can be sitting and breaking down all that caked on oven grime so that when you go to clean it, it's ready. Oftentimes stovetops will also be another area of opportunity for you to pre-treat, making your cleaning much easier and faster when it's ready. So our stovetop cleaner, we would go ahead and spray that on, make sure that it's thorough coverage so that it can start breaking down any grease buildup. And the same thing with the front here too. If there's a lot of splatter and just build up on here on the screen, just spraying this down initially is going to really make your job much easier. The next thing that I'm going to do is, in a top to bottom fashion, I want to go ahead and take care of these cabinets. Now you could go about this kitchen a couple different ways. If you wanted to, you could start in the fridge and just take care of that. Pull out the if you need to pull out the drawers, the shelves from the fridge and freezer, and you want to put them on the counters, then go ahead and do that at this time, because the counters are dirty and they're going to need to be cleaned anyway. So if you pull them out and put them on there, at least you're not putting them on a nice clean surface. So feel free to start there. But if you're going to start on the cabinets and the woodwork and whatnot, I like to fill up the sink with some warm water and some Murphy's oil. And what that does is it allows me to go ahead and dunk my microfiber rags in there, and then I can take my step stool and get up high. I'll wipe down all of this with the Murphy's oil. It's amazing because it leaves a streak-free clean. So sometimes if you use all-purpose cleaner or water and microfiber and you wipe it, it's wet and it dries, you'll see the little water spots all over that. But using the Murphy's oil, I've had really good success with them just looking brilliant like they do right now currently. So I'm going to use my step stool. I'm going to work my way around, cleaning the trim, cleaning on top, and then down, cleaning these cabinet faces and everything. Just like a deep clean on cabinets, we're covering the entire surface here. All right, and so I'm going to do that top to bottom, moving my step stool around the kitchen, top to bottom, and I'm going to do that around this entire kitchen, because this is the cabinets are pretty much the only thing I can clean with the Murphy's oil. I'm not going to forget about the island right here. You can see some stuff right there actually. I don't know if that's just a shadow or whatnot, but that looks like it could have been missed by the cleaners. But anyways, we're going to clean all of these wooden cabinets with our Murphy's oil, including the island on the sides and the back too, right here. And this is also technically like a part of the kitchen, so I would use my Murphy's oil on these drawers as well, and then the cabinets right up above here. You can use it on the door too. A lot of times on these move outs, especially if this is like a pantry door that holds like a trash can, for example, wow, the handprints and the buildup right here around the door handle can be quite significant. That Murphy's oil does a great job at getting that off. Greasy, grimy fingerprints and handprints on here does a fantastic job at making it look brand new. All the woodwork right here will look really nice after using that. And again, baseboards too. Let's not forget about baseboards. Deep clean, we're really going to do a thorough spot check on the baseboards, but a move out clean, we're going to make sure they look pristine. If we need to get on our hands and knees and bring a bucket around with us and clean, hand wipe all of the baseboards, we're going to do that on a move out clean. This is also technically a little part of the kitchen, so I would make sure to clean this as well with my Murphy's oil. Okay, so now after that's all done, I'm going to come back through and do another clean pass from top to bottom and around, starting in one spot in the kitchen and working my way around. This is where now the microwave should have at least had a decent amount of time to sit, and I can get all that stuff out from the inside. So I'm going to clean the inside, outside of the microwave. I'm going to clean the inside of the cabinets. In fact, I should have mentioned this earlier. You can use that Murphy's oil too and wipe out the inside shelves. As long as it's a solid finished wood and not like an unfinished wood or particle board, you can use that Murphy's oil on the inside, and it does a great job. Again, if you need to vacuum, vacuum first. Okay? But I'm going to go through, I'm going to clean the microwave, and then I'm going to work my way down and around. This would be a great time to check out this backsplash. It's not really a backsplash, just the wall right here. Make sure that there's no splatter on the wall. We're going to clean that. We're going to detail light switches and outlets right here and all around the house, not just the kitchen, but throughout the entire house. This looks like it's probably garbage disposal, so if you run this, I like to run water in there while I flip this on to clean underneath there, because the garbage disposal will turn on. But don't forget about light switches. Right here, if you can see in the tiny little grooves of the light switch, you'll notice that there's grease and grime buildup from dirty fingers flipping this on and off over time. Again, move outs, some of them are pretty simple. Others, you are taking off years of buildup before that next person moves in. We're going to clean our granite countertops here. Be careful what you use on granite countertops. You could destroy them. So use something that's balanced pH or neutral pH, something that's safe for granite countertops. And then make sure you dry them completely, make so that there's no streaks left behind. And always, I did not mention this on the maintenance clean video or the standard clean or the deep cleaning video, but when you're done cleaning the kitchen and cleaning the counters, you need to do what's called a horizontal eye check, where you get your eye level horizontally in line with, or vertically in line with the counter here, so that you can see the entire horizontal surface. and that is the horizontal eye check. This is really going to help you out because you're going to be able to see dust, you're going to be able to see fingerprints, you're going to be able to see stuff that's stuck to the counter. Whereas if you look at it from top to bottom, like straight down, like we're looking at it right now, it'll blend right in with the granite. You won't see the stuff. But if you can get level with it, like looking off here in the distance, you can see that glare. This is going to show you all debris and any imperfections in that counter. So when you're done, you think you're done, don't forget to do a horizontal eye check. Okay, so we've done the inside, outsides of the cabinets. We did the inside and outside of the microwave. We've done the inside and outside of the fridge, including the top here. And when you open the fridge doors, the seal. Everybody seems to miss the seal. Don't forget to clean the seal of the fridge and freezer doors. Put some all-purpose in there. Bring out your cleaning brush if you need to, but make sure that that has been professionally cleaned. You can use your brush up here towards the latches and everything as well. Once that's done, there's only a few components left. We have the dishwasher here, the oven and stovetop, which we haven't tackled yet. The glass, which you're going to clean all glass throughout the home. You're not just going to spot check it. You're going to put on your glass cleaner, clean the glass, leaving a streak-free shine throughout the entire house, including these doors over here. Now all that's left is the sink and then the stove and oven here. So for the sink, I like to use a Barkeeper's Friend soft cleanser to clean the sink. If it's stainless steel, make sure you go with the grain, just like on a deep clean. And then make sure underneath the sink here, we kind of didn't talk about it, but at the same time you're cleaning out the inside of the cabinets, make sure you spend special attention here. Oftentimes this is where they stored cleaning supplies, dishwasher tabs. There could be some stuff that's spilled over in there. We want to do a thorough cleaning job, making sure that when they open these doors, it looks brand new inside, or at least as new as we can get it. But a nice Barkeeper's Friend soft cleanser treatment here on the inside of the sink. Rinse that all off, dry out your area, polish your fixtures here. Get your brush in these little crevices right here on the handle, around the surfaces of the faucet itself, and then around the base where it connects. Put your brush in there, break up any of that buildup, and especially right here on the backsplash, there typically tends to be some splatter coming up from the sink, food splatter right here on the windowsill and such. Just make sure you spend some time making this look really good. All right, let's move right over here. So I like to start from the top here. Break out your scraper, your plastic scraper, and break through any debris, any caked on food debris right here on the stovetop. Wipe that out with a paper towel or a microfiber rag, and then you can also rinse your rag in the sink if you need to reuse it, but I like to use just paper towels for this. We don't use many paper towels, but this is one instance, the oven and the stovetop, where I kind of like to use them because that stovetop cleaner is pretty acidic in most cases, or very basic, alkaline, and it's just nice to be able to get up that nastiness from the surface here and then toss it. Okay, after that's cleaned and you've cleaned the surface here, you've cleaned it with an all-purpose spray after the acidic or alkaline cleaner, then you can replace these knobs. Replace the knobs, and let's move to the oven. So the drawer is still out at this point. It's time to clean the inside of the oven. We take our plastic scraper and we scrape the inside of this screen here with the goop, the easy off after it's been sitting for a while and you start to scrape it up. It's basically like a gel, like a goop. It's really nasty. I scrape up as much of it as I can, and then I wipe out the entirety of the oven with paper towels and toss those in the trash bag. And then I'll go ahead and hit it with a steam cleaner. This is my favorite method for cleaning the inside of the oven, is just use a steam cleaner. That steam cleaner will pay itself off very, very quickly because you're using the power of the pressurized steam to clean the inside of the oven and not so much elbow grease. If you don't have a steam cleaner, after you wipe out the easy off, go ahead and spray in some of your all-purpose cleaner and wipe that out with your microfiber rags until you get a nice clean oven. You can use non-scratch pads also to kind of help you start to scrub a little bit better. But basically that's how we clean the oven. At the end of the day, you want the oven to be as spotless as possible. All those dark spots lifted up off the bottom. Be careful about spraying the elements, clean around the elements. If you're lifting up the bottom heating element, make sure not to lift it up too high to where you break off the back. Make sure there's no residue on the heating element, that when they turn on the oven, it's going to smell really bad and start smoking. So clean that off really good. Replace the racks, clean the racks the best that you can. Steam cleaner does a fantastic job on the racks as well. We've even taken the racks after they've been sitting with the Easy Off cleaner on them, and we've taken them outside and hit them with a pressure washer, and wow, that works really, really good. So if that's something that's of your interest, bring a little like electric pressure washer, and if there is an outside area to do it and the weather is permitting, that's honestly a really quick and easy way to clean those. We've had some great success with doing that. Finally, clean the bottom oven tray. Vacuum out the inside, wipe it down. We've already vacuumed and cleaned underneath the tray. We're going to replace that tray, make sure the outside gets a nice good cleaning. And then finally, we're going to go back through and hit all of our stainless steel appliances with stainless steel cleaner and polish. The microwave gets a good cleaning. The stove and oven gets a good cleaning and polishing if it is stainless steel. The fridge, and then the dishwasher. Now, one thing I didn't mention about the dishwasher, just like a deep clean, we will clean around the seal. So pull out the dishwasher, clean that rubber seal around there, and that inside door, just to make sure that it looks good. Someone doesn't open it and there's a lot of nasty food buildup. We don't want that. So make sure that that looks good, and sometimes there will be vents on the outside of these dishwashers. Make sure that you get your cleaning brush in there and clean those as well. Again, when you're looking at this, you want it to look as new, as brand new as possible. That is the goal here. We want someone to feel like they're moving in to a new house. All right, let's just have a look around and see if there's anything that we may have missed here in the kitchen. I don't think so. Again, our thorough dusting is going to be super important. Right here are the window latches. Those get missed. They'll have a little bit of grime and dust built up on them. I like to clean those with a brush, just a regular cleaning brush like an OXO brush or something like that, toothbrush, before I clean the glass. So I'll spray that on there, scrub, 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 wipe it clean, and then spray on my glass cleaner, clean the window, and that area is done. So I think that's it for the kitchen. Let's move on to a different space. Again, move out. It's going to be very, very, very similar to your deep clean, except we're going to do a few extra items. We already mentioned the extra items in the kitchen. The extra items that we would do throughout the rest of the house is we're going to really do a really nice cleaning on the blinds. We're not just going to do a basic dusting. Sometimes that's all it requires. You can definitely get away on some move-out cleans with a basic dusting of the blinds. But of course, we're going to dust up high, including the light fixtures here that you'll see cobwebs all over these oftentimes. We're going to make sure to knock those down, cleaning our baseboards, working our way from top to bottom and around. Let's see if we can go find a bathroom really quick to talk about. And again, your protocols could be different depending on, who you're working with, the company that you're working with. They might have a different set of standards, but what I'm telling you in these videos is just a standard. Okay? Again, these entryways and stairways right here, don't forget to dust up high, including AC vents like this and light fixtures way, way, way up high. Easy to miss if you're looking at, if you're not really looking up really, really high, but there will be cobwebs up here. There will be dust and stuff on the AC vents. In fact, sometimes it's easier to bring a screwdriver with you and undo the AC vents, unscrew the AC vents and actually hand clean those. The ones that you can reach anyways. That one that I just showed you looks like it would probably be pretty hard to reach. But the ones that you can reach, sometimes it's easier just to bring those down and clean those separately. All right, let's go into this area. Again, just like a deep clean. Whoa, that zoomed in a lot. We already talked about blinds. None of this stuff should be on the walls. Furniture shouldn't be in here. But just like a deep clean, we're going to make sure to dust up high all this woodwork and trim, horizontal surfaces, recessed lighting, fans. Don't forget about the fans. Use that extendable pole duster to get all of this stuff, bend it over in a 90-degree angle to get the top sides of these fan blades, and on the top of the base of the fan right here as well. Do not skip all of this. Nothing new here from a deep clean. Just make sure you pay special attention to everything. Okay. Here's a bathroom. This looks like a little half bath. So let's see if we can find an actual bathroom. This is probably just a bedroom. Okay, so here we go. Master bedroom, master bath. Let's talk about the bathroom here. Something different than a deep clean that we're going to do on a move-out clean is just like the kitchen, inside and outside of cabinets. Deep clean, this is going to probably have a bunch of tissue paper, toilet paper, paper towels. It's going to have regular bath towels, extra supplies. But on a move-out clean, this should be empty. So, just like the kitchen, after a thorough dusting in this space, nothing different than a deep clean. We're going to thoroughly dust this entire master bath, but different than a deep clean, we will open up these doors, vacuum and wipe out the inside of the cabinets, take our Morpheus oil and wipe out the entire exterior cabinets. Not just spot checking, but wiping down all of this, including all the woodwork, the doors, the baseboards, all of it gets wiped down. We're going to do I didn't mention this in the kitchen, but throughout the entire house here on a move out, we're going to do a very thorough spot check of the walls. You don't necessarily have to soak every wall in the house and wipe it down, but we are going to take a scrubbing pad and we're going to go through the entire house and spot check the walls very, very thoroughly, just like a deep clean. All right, something different here on a move out. I already mentioned it in the other room, but a very thorough cleaning on the blinds and on the window behind these blinds. So it looks like these are just going to pop out. Make sure you get the window latches, the window sill really well, and then finally end with the glass itself, leaving a streak-free shine. Okay, so I'm just going to repeat myself from the deep clean briefly. I'm not going to go into it in detail, but to clean this bathroom after thorough dusting, I'm going to pre-treat the shower because there will likely be a decent amount of soap scum buildup on this, especially if it's someone who was living here for years and is now moving out. There will be a decent amount of soap scum. You're going to want to scrape off the bulk of that if you can with a plastic or razor blade. If you're using a metal razor blade, be very, 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 very careful that you don't cut yourself and that you don't damage the surfaces. You can damage stone work pretty easily with a razor blade, and you can even scratch glass, believe it or not, if you're not careful with a razor blade. So if you are going to use that to scrape off soap scum, just be careful. But I'm going to pre-treat the shower, pre-treat the bath if it needs it, and then the toilet. Oops, where's the toilet? Is this the toilet in here, maybe? No, that's just a closet. Okay, so maybe the toilet's right here through this door, actually. So, but we're going to pre-treat the toilet too, plunging down that water in there, and then just putting our acidic toilet bowl cleaner in there if it needs it, and letting that sit and start dissolving all of that grime and build up inside that toilet bowl while we clean the rest of the bathroom. Other than that, there's really no difference between what we're going to do to this bathroom than what we would do on a deep clean. I love magic erasers for, porcelain, for fiberglass, just like this. So for these tub inserts, no matter really what the material is made out of, the magic eraser works great. If there's some buildup on the bottom here or in the shower, sometimes some Barkeeper's Friend soft cleanser will actually work really, really well on this. So don't be afraid to pull out your Barkeeper's Friend soft cleanser for something like this as well. But after that, I'm just going to make sure that everything in this bathroom has been touched thoroughly, fixtures and faucets after being thoroughly cleaned and getting our brush around the bases of these really, really good, and underneath this faucet where the water comes out here, I'm going to make sure that everything's dried off and polished. So especially with stainless steel fixtures, these aren't stainless steel here, but the one in the shower is. If there's water spots on this, it's going to be noticeable. If the glass is not streak free, it's going to be noticeable. Same thing with the mirror and then the faucets right here. So take a dry microfiber towel at the end and just polish up these fixtures. Oftentimes they see that, they won't second guess any of the other work throughout the bathroom. Now I mentioned this on the cabinets behind the view here, but we're not going to forget about these cabinets and drawers either. We're going to vacuum these out, likely these drawers that have their razors, trimmers in them and whatnot. There'll be a lot of hair left over, some hair ties and just debris in the drawers. We're going to vacuum all that out and clean inside of here very thoroughly. And then just proceed with cleaning the rest of the bathroom. Same thing, the same way you would on a deep clean. Quickly, if you're questioning to yourself, I wonder if that's covered on a move-out clean. The answer is yes, because we're cleaning this place from top to bottom, getting it ready for the next homeowner or the next tenant, the person who's going to live in here next. So we're going to clean everything, guys. Everything gets touched in a move-in or move-out clean. Bedrooms, really no different than a deep clean. We're just going to thoroughly dust up high, make sure we get fan blades, cobwebs, everything up from high here. We're going to clean on top of all horizontal surfaces, all the way down to the vents right here, the baseboards and trim. We're going to be cleaning doors really well, making sure that we pay special attention to dusting these horizontal surfaces. If there are handprints or marks on these doors, we're going to get those off. And then we're going to end with a nice thorough vacuuming. And don't forget about windows too. That is definitely one of the differentiating factors between a move out clean and a deep clean, is unless they paid extra for windows, like deep cleaning windows, we're not going to do that on a deep clean. We are going to do that on a move out clean. Window latches, frames, sills get cleaned, and then you end with the glass. Okay. Let's move back in here. I think that's pretty much all I wanted to cover. Again, the kitchen and the bathrooms are the biggest things with the most differentiating factors between a move out clean and a deep clean. But I just wanted to point those out to you in this video. You see stuff on the door down here by the kick area where people shut it with their foot. Don't forget about that. Make sure that you clean that off. Some all-purpose spray and a damp magic eraser will work wonders on stuff like this: baseboards, doors, even walls. You don't want to sit there and scrub at it too hard because it is a slightly abrasive material, and you can remove paint and whatnot from the doors and from the walls, but it does work really, really well. The last thing that we're going to do in this house is the last thing that we do in every house for every type of clean, and that is vacuum and mop. So you want to do a thorough vacuuming first of all surfaces, carpeted and non-carpeted. And it's very, very important. I know I mentioned it in the other videos, but it's very important that you do a thorough vacuuming of all floors, because you can't do a good mopping if you do not have a good vacuuming first, especially on hardwood floors like this. If you leave dirt, dust, hair, other debris on the floor, when you go to mop this floor, you start at the furthest point, which I'm standing at the furthest point right now, but when you start mopping this floor back and forth, working your way out, you're scrubbing the floor. You shouldn't be doing an S pattern because you're not trying to keep material in the center of the mop. You vacuumed all that up in advance. So we're scrubbing this floor back and forth with our mop, and if you don't vacuum thoroughly, you're just going to be pushing material, debris, grime into these corners, and that's going to be very noticeable when it dries. So spend the time, vacuum very thoroughly first, and then mop your way out. Alright, that's all I have for this video. When in doubt, do I clean it on a move out? The answer is yes. Just clean it, be good about it, start in one place, work your way around the room to be efficient, to be as efficient as possible. That's going to help you make more money, save more energy, and feel better at the end of the day because you have more energy, more strength, less soreness, and your bank account's going to be looking better. Alright, that's all I have for this video. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us or reach out to your cleaning company team leader. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one.